I'm just waking up. This is me. I was sleeping. And then Daniel coughed and I went downstairs. And he fell back asleep. It's 7:09. And a lot of times I get up in the morning and I look at my phone. I think a lot of us do. And sometimes I do different things, you know, but usually I go to Facebook and I see what people's most recent posts are. And this morning I looked and saw a post, which was a link to a sermon, which from my church, they broadcast and then they also put it online. So it's there for you if you want to watch the sermon. Facebook, the sermon, and the sermon is We Call Him ... It was part of the series on December 13th. Jimmy and Nelba Greene, who are the parents of Anna Marquez Greene, who was one of the children shot in the Sandy Hook shooting 3 years ago. And I watched it. It was about 40 minutes long. At the very end of the... Look at my hair. It's crazy. Look at this hair. Anyhow, one of the things that Nelba said that's just really hit home was...
Advise me. How would you advise each of us in these seats of how to respond to families that go through trauma? Not just your family, but any family that goes through trauma. Coach us a bit here. Help us become a better support to families that are going through trauma. What might you say?
You know, I think we're a culture that really loves the end story, the testimony, the overcoming part. We're not necessarily a culture, whether it's outside the church or inside a church, that is willing to really, in my experience, walk with people in the middle, where it's ugly, where it's messy, where it is broken, where it really hurts. It's really scary to walk with people when they're in that middle. Because as much as we are, you know, just really wonderful Christians, sometimes marriages don't get healed. Sometimes illness doesn't go away. Sometimes children die, spouses die. And I say to people all the time, because they come up to us and they say, oh, I don't know how you do this. And it's like, okay, well, that's just my story. Everybody in this room right now has a story, has something that they are dealing with. And to meet people there where they are, I think would be the most wonderful way to show the love of Jesus for other people, because we often just want to rush them through the testimony part, right? I'm even honored to be speaking today because we're not at the testimony part. There is no ultimate healing for losing a child. She was an adored child. There is no making this right or better. We will see glory and testimony in heaven. That's it for us. I mean, actually, a group of women weren't afraid to reach out to me in my ugly, because oftentimes when we're in that messy part, we isolate, right? How many of us have gone through issues and we completely isolate because we feel unlovable, we feel not good enough to go to church today, I sinned and I don't want to be there and people are going to judge me maybe. All that stuff comes in. To have people who are willing to kind of swim through that and say, no, you are not unlovable to God and you are not unlovable to us. That is really, for me, how we walk along with the broken, how we stand with the suffering will determine who we are. And for me, it has, not knowing we were in the audience has just been so healing to my broken heart. And because everybody's there in the beginning. Everybody's there. 3 years later, we're supposed to be healed, we're supposed to be fixed, we're supposed to be okay, and everybody's gone. But when the church still stands, that speaks volumes. So if you are, everybody in here has a story. Maybe your story isn't gun violence, but maybe it's illness, maybe it's depression, maybe, you know, allow people to walk with you, and I pray that there are people to walk this journey with you all. This is not just about us. This is about how we can be family. That's what I feel the message is today.
One of the things that she would recommend, if asked what can people do, is to help somebody, not necessarily, and these are not the right words, I'm sure, but to help somebody not at the end of their testimony, not going to someone saying, wow, you know, you got through that. You're amazing. But do something for somebody during the messy times. Let's go see Daniel. During the times when it's hard, when the person has isolated themselves, when it's hard and difficult and painful, and they're not doing great, or things are not in this, you know. And I think what I'm saying is, you know, even like in our situation, this is still the messy time. Like, this is always going to be challenging. And when he got sick and was in the hospital, you know, you notice as time goes by, you know, like she said in the beginning, people are there tenfold, like, and then as time goes by, there's less and less people there, to the point where sometimes you find that you're alone. And it makes me just realize that if I reach out to someone else who's at this messy point, then maybe that will be helpful. But I've isolated myself. I don't think I've been to church in a year and a half. I don't know. And not that church is important. I mean, church is very important. Not that that's the reason for what I'm saying here. It's just that it was a very moving sermon, and it just really opened my eyes a little bit this morning, and made me cry, because it will always be very tragic what happened to him. So here he is, having a little bit of anxiety this morning. So I need to go and deal with my challenges. Diapers, medicines, doctors, bureaucracy, red tape, state, money, bills, and wake-up call. You know, we all need a wake-up call. It's like the phone rang, and it was this sermon, and it was Jesus saying, watch this, Julie. And it really helped me today. That's my little bit about what I saw on Facebook this morning. All right, let me take care of my guy here.
Amen.
I'm sick this morning. He's been vomiting. You okay? I'm right here, alright? I don't know what's going on. I love you. Okay, just hang tight. Oh, here comes the owl. Wait it. Oh. How about the other leg?
He's like, what are you guys doing?
Move your legs.
Huh? Yay! Got it? Here. You do it.